You wrote the book,
Consent. Yeah.
Consent Guidebook.
Yeah.
What is Consent Guidebook?
So my book, yes, I'm so glad you asked. Thanks for asking,
Yeah,
Jesse.
absolutely.
So my book, The Consent Guidebook, is basically, so at the height of the Me Too movement, one of the things that I noticed was that, and colleagues of mine noticed, is that clearly we assume that consent and boundaries is common sense, and clearly in some ways we found out that it isn't. And so I was like, you know, I was thinking back to like my sex ed that I had in school and health classes, and I'm like, we didn't learn about any consent back then. Did you? Do you remember any sort of sex ed class you had back in the day? Did they teach about boundaries and consent? Probably not.
Thank God they didn't.
There you go.
That's too,
Thank God they didn't.
Ain't no way in the world I'm going to ask a woman.
So you don't respect people?
So do you want to do it? Let's do it.
It's not necessarily about that.
The heat is turned on naturally between the two of us.
Okay.
And we know what it means.
Well, do you always?
Oh, yeah.
You always know.
Oh, yeah.
You always know.
And she does too.
And what if she isn't interested? What
kind of man going to take the time like, do you want to have sex?
A respectful man?
Do you want to
A man that doesn't want to go to jail?
That's a beta male.
A man that doesn't want to go to jail.
Well, he better do that now because the women have messed up everything.
Well, we messed it up, and you better get on board, otherwise you're all going to jail.
That's why I don't bother with them. They're too crazy.
So you're single?
Oh, yeah.
This makes a lot of sense. Jesse.
Well, women want me though.
When you want to start dating,
want a man.
When you want to start dating, let me know.
No.
I'll help you out.
No, I don't need that. I have my natural knowing how to get a woman.
If
women are like buses.
But you're not dating anybody.
Did you know that?
Well, there's another one around the corner. I know it. Listen.
So you don't need to have a consent. You don't need.
But you're not dating. So where's the other one around the corner if you're not doing it?
If this woman want all this consent and you got to ask her.
So you're basically opting out because you don't want to be respectful?
No, I just don't have time to do it now, and the date is too much trouble.
Okay, that's fair. That's a choice.
Women are too confused about themselves. I don't think.
Are you interested in men?
No.
Okay.
It's just that I'm not married, so I don't need the sex. Sex is only to make babies anyway.
Okay, sure.
You agree with that, right?
I think that people have different reasons they have sex. Yeah, there's different reasons.
Right, but primary reason is to make babies when you get married.
Biologically, sure.
Right on.
But humans are also pleasure-seeking people. Pleasure-seeking, so, there's a pleasure aspect too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Just animals are too. There's some animals that do it for pleasure as well.
You're absolutely right.
I'll fist bump you on that one.
That's right.
That's right.
Because in that fallen state, human beings are acting like animals.
Well, no, that's something different. I'm saying there are actual animals.
You can't take the fist bump back.
No, I won't. But to clarify, there are animals who actually do have sex for pleasure too.
Right, and that's normal human beings. If they were not in that fallen state,
normal. You got to find a different word other than normal.
They would not. If they were not in that fallen state, they would not be having sex for pleasure.
How do you?
But because they're in a fallen state, they're acting like animals.
What does normal mean to you? What is you use the word normal a lot. I'm just trying to get context what you think normal is. What is normal?
Anyone that's have risen above the fallen state.
Well, what is your definition of a fallen state? I know it's the name of the show, but what is the fallen state?
The fallen state is a man or woman or human beings who have fallen away from God, and Satan is their God.
Gotcha.
And so in that fallen state, Satan has an animal nature, and so they're really children of Satan, and so they're acting like animals.
I gotcha.
You agree with that?
Do you not? So you don't think humans are animals in some way?
In a fallen state, they are, but when they rise above it, they're not.
But biologically, there's no connection to humans being.
Absolutely no.
Okay.
That's an abnormal state of being, but I have you back to discuss that.
Maybe.
I do. Maybe what?
I don't know.
No.
If you're nice, maybe I'd come back sometime.
Am I being nice now?
You're being pretty nice.
Very nice.
In your own way.
What do you mean?
We got in the middle of the interview. It was a little rough.
In what way?
No, Jesse, I appreciate you. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your honesty.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about this, and then I got to put you on the hot seat.
Okay.
What is enthusiastic consent?
Enthusiastic consent. So that's basically when you're saying, "Oh no, you just feel it out whenever the women are interested." Enthusiastic consent is not that. Enthusiastic consent is that there's zero question that person is like not on board with what's happening. So it's like, I know for sure that we're here and she wants it and she's ready and I have no hesitation at all. And I know she's like 100% a yes because I can tell her body language. She might have said it verbally to me that she's ready and interested in whatever it is. Could be a kiss, could be intercourse, could be whatever it is, right? Could be a hug. So enthusiastic consent is there's no like, oh, I kind of don't know if she wants me to do whatever this thing is that we're gonna do. You know, there's no confusion around it. Enthusiasm, like they're a hell yes to whatever's happening.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Men know when women want to have sex.
Some men have no idea, and
No.
I will tell you how.
They do
and
know.
you're gonna say beta man, but let me tell you. So do you know what a pickup artist is?
A man that goes around and like a slut maker.
I don't know what that means. So here we go. So a pickup artist. So there's a community out there of men who teach men who maybe are having trouble meeting women, teach them how to get women. So social skills, there might be pickup lines, there might be a fancy dress that they, or like wardrobe they give them. There might be some like more like not so nice tactics to coerce, is the word comes up. But I used to be a part of some of the workshops in that realm, and the men in those workshops would pay tens of thousands of dollars, Jesse, to learn these things, to learn how to be like, just be comfortable around women. Some of them were virgins. Some of them were all these categories. Anyway, these men were so amazing, and a lot of them wanted to be respectful. They just didn't know how to approach women. And yeah, there was no, I don't know what anyway, long story short.
Sounds like you're talking about slut makers. They teach them how to become slut makers.
Not necessarily. There is some, I'll be honest, like there are some pickup artists I know do skew more that way. It's like, find a girl, just bang them out, like, sex, but there's some pickup artists that genuinely want to help these guys just be better at communicating, or not be so nervous about. Like, I mean, I've coached guys who were literally so nervous to they couldn't even say hello to me. Like hello, the hello was made. Beta. But also if they're virgins, you know, I've known a lot of guys in that realm who were Christian, who were saving themselves, but because of that, they hadn't. You know, sometimes, you know, if you haven't gone on dates with people or you haven't socialized with whatever gender that you are interested in dating, there's nervousness, right? And so how do you approach somebody, you know? How do you get over the nervousness? Practice makes perfect, but if you've not had the practice, and by the way, I just want to say, if anyone is a virgin or saving themselves, it's fine. Like, I have no judgment, just meaning like practice makes perfect, and if you haven't had that practice, it's way harder. And it's this whole mountain you got to climb, and there's all these insecurities, and how do I even begin? So there's some coaching that goes along with that too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you agree then that if women need to be enthusiastic, consent thing, should men make women be that way toward them too?
Sure.
Before
everybody.
So the man should make the woman ask, is this the right time? Do you want to do this?
Yeah, and
Are you happy about it?
Sure.
All right.
Everyone should be enthusiastic. Also, Jesse, it doesn't necessarily have to be words. Because sometimes you can say words and you're feeling, you might not feel super ready, even though I could tell you, yeah. But you could tell by my tone, maybe, that I'm not enthusiastic.
Right. That's why I said men can tell when women want to have sex.
Right. Sometimes. But if someone is not being present and isn't paying attention to their partner, they just hear a yes and they're just headed towards the end goal, they might just be like, well, she said yes, so I'm just going to go for it. So it's really important to be present, like we are right now, right?
Yeah,
We're present with each other.
Right.
So I'd be able to tell if you were uncomfortable because I'm paying attention to you. It's not just about my needs.
What are you thinking now?
I'm thinking that you're listening to me, and I like it. I think that you're learning something from me today.
And
I feel that makes me happy.
Do I look like I'm ready?
I don't know.
Do I look like I'm enthusiastic?
That made me a little uncomfortable.
Do I look enthusiastic?
Yeah, and a little confused.